All right, guys, welcome to Granite Capital. This is John Galt, and today we will be talking about candle counting. Right. So, this has been a very popular topic on crypto Twitter for some time now, especially among the ICT students. So, candle counting, mathematics seems very things seem very magical, but the secret lies here, right here. So if you cannot see this, just zoom into it, or maybe through the video, I'll let you guys know. So before again, as you guys might have seen my tweet thread on Twitter. If you guys have not seen it, uh, yeah, first of all, you can follow me on Twitter. It's at johnxcall10, and you guys can go to my profile and you will see the pinned post. This is regarding candle counting. All right. So as I mentioned in my pinned post as well, that before I share these observations, I would really like to thank Denison Oze, who used to be Mr. Khan, as you guys might know. And yeah, of course, Ed Tribalsi, because after watching Ed's video, right, you can find Ed as Trio Tryman Prize. So after watching Ed's video, it gave me, a basic idea as to how I can approach this topic. Because even before I watched Trio's videos, I knew about the topic. I had been researching on it for a long time now, almost about 2 months, but I wasn't really, getting anything solid. So what Ed's video helped me to do is it helped me create a basic foundation as to how I can approach this. All right. Even regarding that, I've written a Twitter thread. You can go to my profile and you can have a look at it. Maybe I can show you right here. Just a minute. So yeah, Twitter timeline, lot of shit there, lot of shit. So let's just go down. Okay, that is funny. So damn, bro, I think it's really down. All right. So yeah, this was the first tweet thread a couple of months back. A friend of mine shared tweets from Dennis when he talked about candle counting. Of course, she really blew my mind. I decided to explore and delve into the secret on my own, but I gotta tell you, it ain't easy. I literally had no clue where to. So obviously, this shit is not easy. It's not easy. It's an absolute headache. I tell you guys, it's an absolute headache. But yeah, again, it's all about finding the, as you guys can see. So yeah, let's begin with the video. Also, what I will be doing is I'll just go through these images that I shared in my tweet thread on Twitter. Why? Because yeah, I'll be honest, I lost the chart. Okay, I lost the chart, so I don't have these figures anymore. And if I start doing these things on the chart, this video is going to be like 2 hours long, and I'm pretty sure you guys do not have that much time. But what I can do, how I can help you guys is, you guys can also have a basic understanding as to where you can start, right? So taking the first step, right? Small step, a giant leap for your trading career, maybe. Right. So I hope this video is going to be very helpful to you guys. So yeah, bear with me, and I will try to impart as much information as I can, because again, I'm new to this. I do not know everything about candle counting. I'm still in the learning stages. I am constantly in touch with guys who are still exploring this topic, and they are getting to know and learn new things, and I'm doing the same with them. So yeah, if you guys want to become a part, well, you want to become a part of our, not exactly group, some might even consider it a cult, but it's not. Honestly, it's not. So yeah, you guys can get in touch with me. I'd love to have a discussion with you guys, right? So again, thanks, Mr. Gan and Ed Trabelsi. And right, here we go. Using the all-time famous uh, Epic Pen tool, right? We've all seen it. So I have used the SDX Nifty chart for this, as I did not want to disturb my levels on the Nifty NSE chart. So yeah, I trade Nifty options, that's Indian index market. And I chose that monthly low as one and moved forward with the counts, ignoring the distorted candles. So first of all, when you are counting, you need to ignore the distorted candles. Now, what are distorted candles? So you see a candle like this, and then you see a candle like this, right? Does this candle break the high of this candle? It does not. Does it break the low of this candle? It does not. Right? It's an what we call the inside candle. An inside candle is called a distorted candle, because we consider this as a time distortion. Right? This time distortion, we do not count these candles. So that is the basic premise. If you want to start counting, you need to ignore or just ignore the inside or distorted candles. All right. So let's start the counting on this monthly chart. We have this low as 1. This is an inside candle within an inside candle, right? This breaks the high. This is candle number 2. Inside candle again. This is a 3. This is a 4. Right? 5, 6, 7. This candle is your 13th candle. This is your 21st candle, and this is your 33 candle, candle number 33, right? So what are the basic numbers we focus on? We focus on 1, 4, 7, 21, 33. And there are also some other numbers, right? People have also been considering 17 as an important number. Some even take 31. My counts have been based on 1, 4, 7, 21, and 33. All right. So these are the numbers that we'll be focusing on for now. So here's my series: 1, 4, 7, 13, 21, and 33. All right. So this is how I built my framework from 1 to 33 on the monthly time frame, and then we go down to a lower time frame, which is this. All right. So this is the weekly candle. This is the weekly time frame. This is the weekly time frame for SGX. And let's start to go from 1 to 4, right? So I understand there are other videos also available on YouTube, and a lot of people keep sharing their insights about candle counting. They basically show you how one count connects with the others, and then four is like, it rebalances the imbalance of an FPG, and 7 is like, it's going to an order block or creating an order block. What I have done here is I've connected one time frame counting to the other, right? So what you will get to learn is when you move from a higher time frame to a lower time frame, these numbers, they connect in various cycles, right? And these cycles keep repeating, and we also got to see that some of these cycles are very common, as in when you move from monthly to weekly and then weekly to daily. These cycles are common. So as we move ahead with the video, you'll get to know, right? So this orange line, this is 1 and this is 4. All right. So how do we reach there? So on the weekly, again, what did I do? I started with this. This was my 1, right? This was my 1. This was the low. From here, I started counting. And what did I notice? As I move ahead, this is candle number 1. This is my candle number 4. This is my candle number 7. This is candle number 13. And this was candle number 21. Right? So as I moved from 1 to 4 here, as I moved from 1 to 4 here on the monthly, it took me 1 to 4 completed in 21 candles, right? 1 to 4, the cycle on the monthly from 1 to 4 was completed in 21 candles, or 21 weeks, right? We can consider some small time distortion here, so you can go for a +1 or a -1. It's not really an issue, right? It's not really an issue. So we see 21 candles from 1 to 4 here, right? And then when we move from 4 to 7 on the monthly, that's 4 to 7 on the monthly. See, started with that low on the weekly and moved right with the counts. M1 to 4 completed in a single cycle of W, that is 21 weeks, and M4 to 7 completed in a single cycle of 13, right? So when you go from here to here, you'll notice that this cycle from 4 to 7, this gets completed in 13 weeks, right? Kind of spooky, but this is how these cycles are working within themselves, right? And next we move to, so we have 1 to 7, 1 to 4, 4 to 7. Now we have 7 to 13 and 13 to 21. All right. So let me bring this here. Right. So we had the 7 here. And we had our 13 here. All right. So no, this is 13. All right. So this one was a bit complicated. Because I was getting some very odd numbers, right? So as I mentioned, M720 was very complex. I was getting very odd numbers. That's when it hit me, why not look for, multiple cycles, right? So if I suppose you are getting a number like 47 or 48 or 49, right? And you want to have a number which is smaller than 33, right? 1, 4, 7, 13, 21, and 33. So what you can do now, you can have multiple cycles. So what did I do? I started thinking that way, that okay, maybe these counts may not get completed in a single cycle, but they can get completed in multiple cycles, right? So that is when it hit me. Why not divide this in, different cycles? So I got a count of 1 to 13 and then another cycle of 1 to 13, right? So on the monthly 7 to 13, this sequence was completed in two cycles of 1 to 13 and 1 to 13 candles, or multiple cycles of what? One cycle of 1 to 4, another cycle of 1 to 7, another cycle of 1 to 13, right? So we have 1 to 4, 1 to 7, 1 to 13, and a final small cycle of 1 to 4. So either two cycles of 1 to 13 or four cycles of 1 to 4, 1 to 7, 1 to 13, and 1 to 4. Right? If you want, like, you guys can just go to my Twitter account at johnxcall10. Do give me a follow. And yes, you can go through this tweet thread. You can just look at these candles and you can count on your own. Right? You don't even need to open the chart. You can just go to these images I have zoomed in. You can start counting on your own and you'll start getting the sequences, right? For now, just ignore these numbers, 4, 7, 13. Just ignore these numbers. We'll be covering those numbers in later part of the video. All right. Right now, we are only going from monthly to weekly. All right. So next, what do we have next? Let me move this here or here. Let me take this here. All right. So what do we have next? So that's 7 to 13. And now we have 13 to 21 and 21 to 33, the two final cycles. All right. So what do we get to see here? When we move from 13 to 21, this gets completed in a single cycle of 33 candles, right? In a single cycle of 33 candles. When we go from 21 to 33, this gets completed in three cycles. First cycle of 1 to 4, second cycle of 1 to 21, and third cycle of 1 to 33. Because this was a really big cycle. I think I got like 55 or 57 candles here. So, I wasn't really sure how to break this down, but yeah, this helped me a lot. So you could have broken this entire cycle from 21 to 33 on the monthly into three cycles on the weekly. That's 1 to 4, 1 to 21, and 1 to 33. All right. So what you are doing, you're finding cycles within cycles. And now you'll be finding cycles within cycles within cycles. All right. Because now we'll be going down to an even smaller time frame. That's right. That is your weekly to daily. All right. So let me just get rid of this and let's move on to the next image. Again, you can just go to my Twitter profile and you can start counting there. Now, what do we see here? What do we see here? So while just the way I marked the 1 to 33 cycle, 1 to 33 cycle of candles for the monthly, I did the same for the weekly, right? Again, I started from where? I started from this candle. So this was 1, right? This was somewhere around here. I think this was number 4 and this was number 7, right? So this is on the daily, on the 1 day. Okay, this is on the 1 day, and these red lines are your weekly candle count. Okay, WC, I don't know. WCC, weekly candle counts, right? It means nothing. All right. So when we go from the cycle of 1 to 4 on this candle, you'll get to see that we do it in a single cycle of 1 to 4 in 21 candles, right? W1 to 4 was completed in a single cycle of D121, 1 to 21, and the cycle from 4 to 7 was again completed in 13 candles, 1 to 13. This was the same for, okay, I don't know this. This was the same as M1 to 4 and M4 to 7 in weekly. So when we were looking at the monthly cycle, 1 to 4 was completed in 21 candles. Same weekly to daily, 1 to 4 completed in 21 candles. When we were looking at the 4 to 7 cycle on the monthly, it was completed in 13 candles of weekly, of 1 week. And again, for the weekly, 4 to 7 was completed in 13 candles. All right. So this was such a big coincidence that it really, blew my mind. So let me just go to the next chart here, because now we have 1 to 4, 4 to 7, 7 to 13, right? So we have 7 to 13 here. So again, 7 to 13 here was not easy, I think I might need to, give this cycle some more time, 7 to 13, right? Because it's not straightforward, it's not easy. You get a lot of very odd numbers, right? So again, W17 was again a little off. Okay. So I had to go back to multiple cycles. 7 to 13 was completed in 3 cycles: day 1 to 4, 1 to 7, and 1 to 13. Right? So on the weekly, we had one more cycle of 1 to 4, or it was completed in two cycles of 1 to 13, 1 to 13. But here we have three cycles. First cycle was from 7 here to 13 here. You had one single cycle of 1 to 4. Then we had a cycle of 1 to 7, and then we had a cycle of 1 to 13. Okay, you can go to these charts and you can see where I start the 1 to 4 count, and then you can count from here like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? So when 4 was completed, I started 1 from here, so 1 to 7. And for 13 years of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, right? So again, this was started from here. So you can just go to my Twitter profile and you can have a look at these charts. Now, the next image, 13 to 21. Right, 13 to 21 and 21 to 33 as well. So again, 13 to 21 was completed in a single cycle of 33 candles, right? See, completed single cycle of D1, same as M13 to 21. So even on the monthly, 13 to 21 was completed in a single cycle of 33 weekly candles. Again, spooky shit. So we have the next cycle, the final cycle of 21 to 33, right? 21 to 33 was completed in multiple cycles. Two cycles of what? First cycle of 1 to 21 and second cycle of 1 to 33, right? 1 to 33. So obviously these cycles, sometimes these cycles may not be exact. Sometimes these cycles may not align very much with each other, because obviously when you go from monthly to the weekly, the ratio is like 1:4, but when you go from weekly to the daily, the ratio is like 1:7, right? Or like we are looking at Nifty SGX, it trades 5 days a week, so the ratio is like 1:5. So there is some relation. I'm pretty sure if you go to a market like crypto, where the market is open for like 7 days a week, the ratio now goes to 1:7. So you might see a few more candle counts, or maybe an extra cycle when we are looking at the crypto chart. So right, things may differ from market to market. So again, these counts are not set on a on a certain rule that has been established anywhere. So we are like exploring how these counts work and how these cycles align with each other, right? So we are still in the learning phases. But yeah, again, what you need to focus on. So right, when you are starting, so I'll help you to understand how you can start. Choose a chart, go to a higher time frame, and just start with the swing low, right? A lot of the people say like you can start from anywhere. I don't know if you can start from anywhere. What I can tell you is choose a swing low or a swing high, start counting from there, right? Start counting from there, and look for the number 4 or number 7 or number 13, 21, 33. Look for these numbers to to help look that these numbers sync with other highs and lows or not, right? Majority of the time you'll say that number 1 to 4 is like an expansion, it forms a swing low, or 1 to 4 it will go and rebalance the imbalance. So you might get a few things, or what you can do is you just mark on the monthly, you just choose number 1 and you mark all your 33 candles, and then you go to the weekly and you start looking for the smaller cycles within that 1 to 33 candle counts. You look for the smaller cycles, as in 1 to 4, 4 to 7, 7 to 13, 13 to 21, 21 to 33. How these cycles, they contain multiple cycles of a lower time frame, right? I hope I'm not confusing you guys, but that is the approach that I took. And yeah, ignore the distorted candles. If you have a distorted candle, ignore this, right? And having a rhythm. So this is what I've written here. The rhythm is going to help you. You don't need to do a lot of mathematical calculations. Sometimes you might, but in general you may not need to go through a lot of these calculations. But you just need to find that rhythm. Once you get the rhythm, once you get the rhythm of the market, right, then I think things will start making sense to you. Little by little, things will start making sense to you. Okay. So what was the final tweet? I'll be making a YouTube video on this, and all right. So here is your YouTube video, and yes, I will be making some more videos as I explore more things. I come across more findings. So let's see what my research has to offer, And yeah, low time frames, I'll be working on the lower time frames soon enough. See, this thing takes time, so I need to take time off from my regular schedule and devote it to these researches. So let's see how things are. Again, just candle counting alone, as everyone has already told you, just candle counting alone is not going to help you. Study ICT concepts, get familiar with the PD arrays, understand how the market functions, and just try to use these count as a confluence, right? Like you use your Fibonacci levels as a confluence with the order blocks, or maybe you use a confluence of FPG and order block, right? All these things. So you can use these candle counts as a confluence. That is what I can say for now. If I do discover a way where you can just use counts and trade, maybe I'll let you know, or maybe I'll just never speak of it again, right? You never know. You never know who's watching you. So yeah, I hope this video has been helpful to you guys. So do like the video, subscribe to the channel. I will be coming with a lot more content, and yeah, do follow me on Twitter. I will keep sharing my views. I already share my views on different markets there. You can find my, you can find my account here at John X Galt. That's John Galt, Granite Capital. And I hope this video has been helpful to you guys. So I'll see you guys again. Till then, take care. Cheers.